I'm Suzanne Guzman, and I am here today to help you understand how to make AI so much easier. And today's presentation is about AI being the perfect assistant. So, how AI can enhance both your personal and professional life as your own personal assistant. So, what I would like to do, what makes AI the perfect? First of all, when we talk about AI being the perfect assistant, I don't want you to think of like going in and buying some sort of, thing. This is using AI, so using tools like ChatGPT, Claude, Gemini, Poppy, those things, either on your handheld devices or on your desktops, to do a lot of your work for you, to do research, to do analysis, and to come up with solutions for you. So you can streamline both your professional and personal tasks. You can boost your productivity with smart automations, and we can talk about that at a much more detailed level later, but just starting with basic automations. And then you can tailor the solutions based on your specific needs as it relates to using AI as a personal assistant. So the first thing we want to be able to talk about is using AI as your personal assistant. And these are some of my favorite things. This is not limited to the things that you have to do, but there's so many things that you can do, but these are some of my favorites that I like to use as my personal assistant. So one of the things that I love the most is being able to do travel planning. So I'm going to actually pull this up here and show you this, right? So let's say this. I'm a traveler. I like to travel a lot, but sometimes I just want to have a short excursion. I don't want to have to book with a travel planner or anything like that. So let's say, for instance, I'm going to start a conversation. I'm going to be using ChatGPT for this example, but again, any large language model will be able to do this for you successfully. So choose the one that you like the best. So let's go in and use this personal chat. We're going to use ChatGPT, son and husband. And we are looking to go on a short road trip. We are located in Manchester, New Hampshire. We do not want to drive more than a total of 4 hours away. It is winter now and very cold. We plan on leaving Friday afternoon and returning Sunday night. My son wants to do something fun. My husband wants to avoid crowds and spending a lot of time in the cold weather. I am adventurous, but mostly want to create fond memories. We would like to be able to stop at cool or memorable places along the way. Give me some ideas for this weekend getaway. So I gave it basically all of my parameters and it's giving me some ideas. So destination, Portland is about an hour and a half from Manchester, making it well within your driving range, friendly activities. And now it's telling me what I can do. It's giving me an itinerary because that's what I believe it wants. So it'll say to stop at the Trading Post, check in at the family-friendly hotel in Portland, dinner at the Duck Fat. And it goes into like kind of why. So it's kid-friendly section with toys and games. Let me reiterate this. My son is 15 years old. He is not into toys. Okay, let me reiterate that because I wasn't clear in the beginning. Okay. So stop at the Kittery premium outlets, get a snack, visit the stores like Nike, Vans, and tech-related shops, check into your hotel, sleek and modern, great for teens who appreciate a polished vibe, dinner at the Eventide Oyster Co. Okay, perfect. Indoor axe throwing in the axe pit, that would be awesome. Cozy spot, so the hot supper, explore Old Port District, grab a hot drink and a phone soda from Rocket Fizz, Southern Planetarium, Sunday, And then it kind of goes into this. So why this plan works. So it goes into detail. For my son, there's axe throwing, cool shops, planetarium, and unique exploring ideas. My husband, it's scenic drives, cozy indoor activities, and opportunities to avoid crowds. For me, it's beautiful sights, memorable activities, and quality family time. Say, I like this idea. Do you have other destinations in mind? Let's see what else they have. Absolutely. Here are alternatives. So we have Burlington, Vermont. So that same sort of balance. It's giving us the whole itinerary, where we should go, what we should do. And then escape room, the museum. And then there's North Conway. Okay, fantastic. So I could go deeper further into this and be like, okay, here's my budget. You know, here's how many nights I want to stay in a hotel, or I want to go camping, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But you can see how it really takes into consideration all of the different things that you need when you want to plan a trip. So that is where I would say it's fantastic. Then we have budgeting. So being able to track expenses, set your savings goals, and save money. So you can actually, when we talk about this too, I can open up a new chat and be like, hey, help me create a budget so that I can track expenses. Ask me the questions you need. I'm going to give it a couple of things. So we'll just say, you know, we'll just kind of go on basic. So number 1, we'll just go with 6,000. Number 2, no. Number 3, what are your fixed monthly expenses? Let's just go with 2,000 to make things easy. Number 4, how much do you spend? List them if possible. I'll do that later. And then number 5, monthly variable expenses, gas, groceries, extras. Do you want to allocate a fixed income? Yes, $100. 7, do you have debt payments or loans to account for? Yes. Let's say it's $400, okay? Okay, so this is what it has. Next steps, fill expense. Okay, now I'm gonna ask it, are you able to put this into a spreadsheet for me that I can track monthly? Let's see what it does. Give it a second. So we can, so if you're not an Excel user, so it creates these spreadsheets for you. You can basically go in and say, this is what I want. You can go back and forth and have a further conversation. So I implore you to, look into trying to do that. Budgeting is fantastic with AI. Then next up, we have planning meals, tracking fitness, and providing wellness tips. Well, there's already tons of apps already out there for you. If you don't want to pay for those, just go into your large language model and sort of put in what you want. So I'm going to start a new chat here. And there's a couple different ways I like to do. So I'm also a person who likes to deplete my reserves before I shop again. So I do what call a fridge clean out. So I'm going to list the major items I still have remaining in my fridge and freezer. And I want to create a meal plan for the rest of the week. I have 2 pounds of ground beef, of fish, of pollock, 2 packs of chicken thighs, potatoes, rice, pasta, and celery, romaine lettuce, apples, nectarines, and yogurt. There are 3 of us eating. Just focus on lunches and dinner. Ask me any other questions you may have. So I like this as a meal sort of planner, especially for getting rid of. So number 1 is asking, do I have dietary? No. Restrictions? 2, yes, I have all of the staples. I really do. 3 is not important. And 4, not really. Okay, so it asked me clarifying questions, which I asked it to ask me clarifying questions. So now it's giving me, okay, day 1, beef and rice bowls for lunch, chicken thighs and roasted potatoes for dinner. If I wanted to go in, I could ask him to give me a recipe for each of these things, right? So pasta with beef marinara, pollock with steamed rice and veggies, chicken Caesar salad, beef and potato skillet. So this is a way for you to really sort of clean out your refrigerator. Okay, so another thing is you can do something like this. This is what I also see a lot of people doing. So I want to create a meal plan for the next 7 days. I have $100 and I live in, it's kind of important to kind of put where you live because prices of groceries differ in different places. I live in Manchester, New Hampshire. I do not eat pork and really am focused on low carb options. It is just me and I need 3 meals per day. I want the meal plan and estimated costs and shopping list for week. Okay, so 7 days, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Dietary restrictions, has it, budget. So scrambled eggs with spinach and feta, grilled. Okay, we're going through this, going through all 7 days, the different things. Now it's giving me a grocery list, which is fantastic. I need 4 pounds of chicken breast. I need 2 pounds of salmon. I need 2 pounds of ground beef. I need 2 pounds of shrimp, some cod, eggs, $2 dozen, so $4. I mean, the range would be here. So if you really wanted to stick to your $100, you would just go a little bit less. Cheddar cheese, protein powder, vegetables and fruits. It's even breaking it down to different things, adjustments to the budget. So it says if it's not within the budget, it even gives you, hey, don't use the protein powder because that's $10. Shrimp, you can substitute a more affordable protein, the can of tuna or whatever. Berries, you can limit it to a pint per week, saving approximately $3. The estimated total approximate price per week would be about $99. And then the shopping list here, this is actually broken down by shopping list. It even gives you all the different places I could basically go shopping. So tips for success, it says to go ahead and meal prep, try to do bulk purchases, focus on seasonal produce, and choose store brand items when you can. That is fantastic, right? So you could do something very similar. Let's say I want to create a workout plan for 1 week. I am a beginner and do not do anything at this time. I want to start easy. Give me 7 days and I have 1 hour per day. I do have access to Planet Fitness. How's that? As an option. So this is, your sort of your workout plan. So this, again, our personal assistant, right? There are tons of apps and books and all those things that you can buy and go do this stuff, but this is an actual, free to use, give it to you, you make it, So it's going to give you day 1, full body, chest press, seated row. It tells you, you can ask how to do each of these things too. So let's say number 1, I do not know how to do this exercise. Can you help? Okay, like that. And then it's going to tell you how you can do it. Okay, yes. Please help. Okay. It's like, do you want step-by-step instructions? Chest press machine is what I'm going to be using. Okay, step-by-step guide, how to use it. So you're going to adjust the seat, select the weight, position your hands, engage your core. A lot of this seems like really information that you don't know, but a lot of people don't know these things and they're kind of too embarrassed. If you could just sit on your phone and talk to ChatGPT or Gemini or Claude or Poppy or even Pi and have this conversation, you have all that information right in front of you. You don't have to go and ever feel embarrassed, it's already, so this is a great tip for anyone. So shopping is another cool option. Shopping is, and I again, any large language model, I actually had a lot of fun with Gemini on this one, but I'm going to keep this with ChatGPT for you. Say, I want to purchase a whole new office decor for my small office. I want to go with a oceanside theme. I want a desk, couch, tables, bookshelf, lamp, and paintings. Help me look online to find the best pieces and search for bargain deals if you can. Give me sites and images so I can see. Okay, shopping. I mean, whatever it is you're going to be shopping for. You can even do things like, hey, I need a new jacket. These are the things I'm exactly looking for. Help me do that. So so it's telling us coastal wooden desk from Wayside, the couch, the nautical inspired couch, here, bookshelf, lamp, etc., and here are the sources. Okay, give me links and prices for each. I mean, you can go into each one and find similar ones, but this is just an overview of the kinds of things that you can actually get back from AI. Okay. And lastly, learning new hobbies. There's so here we go. We have links. You can go and get the exact link, the price, and you could even be like, hey, search to pick one of these things and search to see if there's similar products at a lower price somewhere else. So learning new hobbies is the very next one. And there's so many things I've played with it. Like I want to learn crochet. I want to learn how to speak another language. I want to learn how to bake cookies so they're not burnt all the time. I'm going to go with, I want to learn a new language and say, I am visiting Mexico next month. I want to learn conversational Spanish before going so I can greet people, do basic shopping, and explore. Help me. Okay, and then so week one, it says week one, we're going to work on basics and greetings. And then, so you can actually create a plan here, and you can engage in the voice AI here. I'm using an app, the ChatGPT app, so I don't have it installed here, but it's going to give you those things. You can have a conversation with it, especially if you're using the app on your phone. So it's telling you, hola, can you, and giving you the basics, so numbers, shopping, directions, etc. You can even ask it to have a conversation with you. So here I can be like, hey, I'm not sure if you can hear this, but I'll be like, hey, teach me how to say hello, goodbye, and thank you in Spanish.
I got you. Here's how you'd say them in Spanish. Hello, hola, goodbye, adios, thank you, gracias. Super simple, right? You can even practice saying them with a little rhythm. Hola, adios, gracias. Want to try adding please or anything else?
So you can have this conversation, and then even after you have that conversation, it's written here behind. So it's fantastic. So personal assistant, sky's the limit. Any information you want. Remember, AI's ultimate game is to gather all of the information you need, analyze it, and summarize it for you for the purposes in which you need them. So that really goes into how we use that as a personal assistant, but let's really talk about how it just helps you. So it saves time, keeps you organized, and you can create personalized tasks. Now let's talk about using it for your business, okay? So many things that we talk about. So now I want to bring in some of the assistants that we already know and love. So our Google devices, our Alexa devices, our Apple devices. So we've got Siri, Google, Alexa. Those are the top. There are more. But utilizing them to set up schedules or to set reminders. So for instance, I can be like, hey Siri, set a reminder for tomorrow to call Bob and congratulate him on his new raise, right? And then I'll set it off. Or I can say, hey Alexa, I can be like, Alexa, set a reminder once a week to take out the trash on Tuesday nights.
Good evening, Suzanne. What time tomorrow night should I remind you?
6 p.m.
Okay, I'll remind you tomorrow at 6 p.m. If you'd like, I can tell you the time and reminders for the day when you dismiss your morning alarm. Would you like to enable this routine?
No.
No problem.
So you have so many of those just automated task reminders. And if you have Google, same thing, just ask it. It can remind you. It can set up those automated reminders for you when you go into, if you play with Google Calendar, you're saying you're working with these AI models. You can, as for reminders, and especially now with ChatGPT, if you have the paid version, you now have the ability to do tasks. So being able to set up tasks right here. So inside of here, we can say, hey, I have a list of things I need to do tomorrow. Can you help? Right? So I have the tasks here, right? So we're sure, what do you need help with? Organizing the tasks, setting reminders, or something else. Setting reminders. Hey, do you need me to so tomorrow's task tomorrow at 9 a.m. Got it. I'll remind you. And then you can go in and just, you can go in and see what task that you can go in and edit the tasks. But this is just an example. If you have any of the large language models, there's similar things like this. Okay. So I would encourage you to explore that. Content creation. So this is one of my favorite things when it comes to using AI for the beautiful thing that it is. So I'm going to go here and be like, hey, I own doggy daycare in Hampton, New Hampshire, and I want to promote our newest service, which is Mommy Doggy and Me Makeover. Where we offer side-by-side hair, makeup for women, grooming for dogs, and matching outfits with a photo. And after first 10 to sign up, get it for $4.99. I want to promote this on my Facebook page, Facebook business page. Write the post. Okay. So I'm already giving it all the information I need to have it, right? So this is giving me a very basic. I'm going to go into a little bit more in depth when we talk about being able to build expert GPTs. But so again, this is very basic that you can go off of. You can be like, hey, my name is Amanda. Here's my website. Here's the phone number to call us. Here's where you're going to book and all that kind of stuff. But this very quickly summarizes what it is that you want on your post, and you can go from there. Fantastic. Okay. So we'll come back here. Research. So provide market trends, competitor analysis, and concise insights. So let's say it already knows I have this daycare. It already knows I have this doggy daycare. I want to check my competitors for other dog daycare services around me. Okay, so I want to see what other businesses, I'm going to be doing research on sort of my competitors. Okay, wait. Let me get out of tasks. Okay, I want to do research on my competitors. Okay. So I opened this new task. Okay. To effectively research your competitors in the dog daycare industry, here are some notable establishments to consider. Okay, so let's look at, so I'm just going to choose one. Let's look at Dogtopia. I want to know everything you can tell me about this company and their marketing and social media strategies or any promotions they run. With over 265 locations and more than 350 in development, it's the largest specialty dog daycare provider in the U.S. It has, so this is the corporate giant, right? Digital transformation, social media management. So it goes into all of this stuff, the different advertising and promotions. There's franchising opportunities. So let's say at some point my doggy daycare, it's kind of good, but maybe I just want to franchise it to be part of part of this suite, right? So there's so much, you can do all this research. So you can go back and say how this is too big of a company. I am a solo entrepreneur. Give me a business model more like mine. And then we go into here, it's giving solo dog daycare business model. So then it talks about another one in your area and what they offer. So you can, again, the idea that we had of this Dog Gaming Makeover is the target audience, the unique selling points. It gives you marketing strategies, builds strong relationships with local pet-related businesses. So the local pet stores, the local, we have cat stores now, and like whatever that looks like, right? You want to establish with the vets. You want to get into dog trainers. You want to do cross promotions. So my service for your service, or a promotional item, right? So you can do all of this market research at the tip of your fingers versus what used to take companies forever to do the research on. It's all there at the touch of your hands. Communication, love the communication. So I'm actually going to skip that one and come back to it. The next thing I want to talk to you about is ChatGPT. So being able to have your own personal company expert. So I do this with building custom GPTs. So I'm just going to actually pull up one here that I actually use. So I'm in ChatGPT. I'm going to call up my own expert, which this is my software that we offer, is AI powered software that we actually promote. So I'm going to say something like, hey, it already is an expert in all of my product, service, my mission, my vision, my values, my costs, everything. So say, hey, I want to promote a new discount on each of our services to my LinkedIn page for everyone who is needing help with their websites. I am offering a free website or website redesign when they sign up. Target small business owners. And write the post. Okay? So it is actually going to write a post for me. So we're going back to that social media, but now it's an expert already in my products and services. So again, I'm specifically using it to talk to business owners who are on LinkedIn, whether you're starting from scratch. And if you look, because it's already an expert in me, it already knows my voice. It already knows what we offer. See here, whether you're starting just from scratch, we'll deliver a high converting SEO optimized website. It looks amazing, with Launch 360 powered by Lead to Lead Consulting. You get access to tools, all the different things. It has my website. It has our phone number. It has the hashtags that are relevant. And then also, if you wanted to add an additional comment, so the first comment on the social media post, it gives all this information here. So it's already an expert. Now let's add some FOMO here. So it understands fear of missing out, the idea that fear of missing out on something drives a sense of urgency. So now it's completely changed it. So before it was like a summary, and now it's like, hey, attention, attention. These are the 3 things you need to know in order to do that. So that's also really, really fantastic, because now that I have an expert in this, I want to be able to use it for all these different things. So I am going to say, hey, I have an interested client. I want to write a detailed email about all of the services. Brittany at Doggy and me will get when they sign up for our Launch 360 starter plan. Okay, so it already has all of the information in my product and service. So now all I have to do, so let's say I got off the phone or I met her and I just want to like follow up with all of the things that we offer. Okay, so look, it has the newer redesigned website that we already offered as our promotion, right? And that comes with enhanced on-page SEO. We have scheduling tools inside the software that they can use for bookings. We have multi-channel messaging, all your social media in one place, lead management tools, reputation management, unlimited contacts and database growth, free link in bio, and then it has all of the call to action down below. So the idea here is that I don't have to reinvent the wheel 100 times. If I talk to 27 people in a month, I don't want to have to rewrite that email 27 times. This acts very much as my personal assistant, my professional assistant. So, and let's say this was actually my employee, I would have them draft those emails and I would review them before they go out. Right now, here's another thing. I got a complaint letter from a client who is upset because they are not getting the sales they thought they would. They are, however, ranking for the first time on the first page of Google and are getting a lot more traction. I think they are trying to blame the software, but the real loss here is in the sales conversion, right? So I want to reply professionally and sympathetically, right? But make it clear that we have delivered on our promise, right? So we have delivered. So really, it's a common complaint sometimes when we offer such services that they have expectations that, just because we get them traffic doesn't mean that we're going to get them the sale, right? So first I want to acknowledge that your frustration not seeing the sales you were expecting. Regarding your visibility and tracks, I'm pleased to note that you are now ranking on the first page of Google, a major, right? So we're doing it back. I don't have to reinvent this wheel. I've already said it maybe so many times. It's already in my voice. That said, while generating traffic and improving your ranking are essentials first steps, converting that traffic into sales often requires a focused approach to sales and conversion strategies. We can definitely help you with that, right? So optimizing your call to actions, enhancing your user experience, refining your follow-up. I'd be happy to schedule a call or meeting. So those are the kinds of things that you can do once you have an expert inside. When you use AI to have your own little sort of expert in your company, so that's it's a $20 a month virtual assistant if you're paying for one of the large language models. So definitely explore those options because it's fantastic. And so again, crafting those emails, managing events, that's another option you can do. So let's say I want to put an event together for 100 people and it needs to be 20 miles from the airport and everyone there is vegan and they like country music. Help me find a venue and maybe some caterers and DJs that could come together and do this in March, right? So I want you to, if you get nothing else from here, I really want you to just start exploring and see how you can use this, either use any of the large language models, either as a personal assistant or a professional assistant. And obviously there's so much more, but this is very much the starting point. And I hope that you just log into one of the large language models and start talking so that you can streamline your workflows and increase efficiency so that you can get more valuable insight and so you can really improve your own communication and professionalism. Okay, thank you so much for your time today, and I wish you all the very best in your AI journeys.